then why did they eventually delete 33,000 of those emails? And if they were emailing about transparency and making the emails public, then why on March 4th, the same day the Benghazi Select Committee served Hillary Clinton a subpoena to preserve all emails related to the terror attack, why then did Podesta write this to Cheryl Mills, quote, think we should hold emails to and from the President of the United States? And why just a few days later, March 7th, after President Obama said he first learned about the server from journalists from the news, why did Cheryl Mills email this, quote, we need to clean this up. He has emails from her, and they don't say state.gov. Now, after being blindsided by the discovery of the private email server, it sounds like the campaign was quickly realizing how big a problem they had on their hands, which may then explain what happened next. According to the FBI's report on Clinton's server, just weeks later, on March 25th, Bill Clinton's staff, including Cheryl Mills, they held a conference call with Platte Rivers Networks. Remember, they're the IT company. They were the server company that had the server in a bathroom closet that helped to manage the private server. Well, on the same day that conference call took place, through March 31st, an employee of the company used BleachBit to permanently delete the 33,000 emails. Now, according to the FBI, the Platte Rivers Network employee, he claims he was told to destroy the emails in December of 2014, but he told investigators the reason he waited was because he simply forgot to do it. Now, the timing of all of this is beyond questionable, especially given the fact that on March 9th, 3 weeks before the emails were permanently released, Platte Rivers Network was notified of a congressional order to preserve all of Clinton's records. The employee at the center of all of this admitted to the FBI that he knew of the order, but he did it anyway. Joining us now with reaction, the author of Treason, former Speaker of the House, Fox News contributor Newt Gingrich. You know, Mr. Speaker, I'm a humble talk show host. We met in 1990. I've known you all these years. You've become a dear friend, a close friend, a mentor. I admire you a lot. I know you changed the country. You were one of two successful conservative movements that changed the country for the better. Why is Sean Hannity the only one laying out the case that should be on the front page of the New York Times, the Washington Times, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC? Why is nobody covering this? Well, we do know part of the answer. They're colluding with the Clinton campaign. Why are they not covering this?
Well, I think the dam is starting to break a little bit. They hate the idea of Donald Trump winning. He's an assault on the entire establishment. They are desperate for Hillary to win, and they're trying to carry her to the finish line, no matter how corrupt, how embarrassing, how difficult. But every day it gets heavier, it gets harder. As I listened to you go through that list, by the way, I was asking John Hines to check to make sure I was right. There were 43 people in Watergate who were either indicted, tried, or convicted. And I say that because as you watch more and more of this stuff, I don't see how John Podesta is going to stay out of legal trouble. I don't see how Cheryl Mills is going to stay out of legal trouble. Huma Abedin, a lot of those secondary players, the IT guy. I mean, this is not just about Hillary Clinton. This is a large group of people who are being carried into behavior which is illegal. Much of it involves overt criminality. Certainly Doug Band is, I think, at risk of being part of a RICO organized crime trial. So you go down that list. I think there are a lot of people here who are going to get, despite everything that Attorney General Lynch has done to block it. And it's quite clear now that she has been the primary blocking point, and the people she appointed when she was in the Brooklyn office of the U.S. Attorney, as Andy McCarthy has pointed out in a new column coming up tomorrow morning, that she's really at the heart of the effort to protect Hillary Clinton from her own criminal behavior.
Why is this so important? In other words, I guess in Watergate, like in this case, the cover-up is worse than the crime, but she put a private email server in play. She knew the rules. She even advised everybody working at the State Department not to do something like this, not to use private devices. She lied about the number of devices she used. She lied about sending or receiving classified information. But even the simple mishandling of classified information is against the law. Destroying information is against the law. Clearly, with the timeline I just laid out, they were trying to obstruct justice and circumvent the law. How did we get to the point where Comey in July let her off the hook? Do you think it might be related to the fact that it implicates the president?
No, I think it's because the pressure was put to bear on him by the president and the attorney general in an effort to protect Clinton. I don't think at that stage they thought they were protecting Obama. I thought they were protecting the Democratic nominee. I think in retrospect, Comey now realizes because of the rebellion in his own Federal Bureau of Investigation that he made the wrong decision that was unsustainable. He got the excuse this week, courtesy of Anthony Weiner, and 650,000 emails to reopen it. And of course, people should not just focus narrowly on the emails. I think the 5 offices that are investigating, and apparently according to the Wall Street Journal, have been investigating the Clinton Foundation for corruption for a year. I think that investigation, frankly, is at least as big a deal as the emails. And I think the level of corruption is unimaginable. And I don't think it's sustainable. It's not in the United States. My new newsletter is about